It seems that the week is pretty much the only time that we're managing to get all together and all work on the car. And then of course we get hamstrung by load shedding. So waiting around for the lights to come back on so that we can quickly squeeze in an hour and a half's worth of work. Not ideal, but this is what needs to be done. Deadlines are looming. I managed to get a couple of parts as well. There's a rail for the seat that I want to fit, and then got a quick release for the steering wheel. Going to try and fit that as well.
You know I'm going to put rust on those holes, right? And paint them again.
So these are 10 more, and then the bigger ones are...
So we've all arrived ready to work, but it's load shedding again. Stage 6 now. So 6:30, but we have to wait till 8 before we can get any work done. I'm going to climb in and do a little bit of what I can. In the meantime, it's small, but at least it's progress. Ow. Oh, but I can climb under there.
No, I've lost the fucking wash. Oh, there it is.
So I spent a little bit of time one of the nights. I manufactured a battery box bracket. Got it in here. The guys all seem to be rather impressed with the work. And now I'm lying on my back underneath the car, helping Ray install it with a multitude of different sized fasteners. They all have to be a certain grade, and this is all we could dig up in the workshop. So here we go.
Sweet. And some minor adjustment, and we need 2 more tendons. That's the one that needs space.
There are no washers for these. I have been looking.
Don't over fasten it.
Yeah, it's finger tight.
Sweet. So as marking in a car goes, I've mismarked one, so I need to ream it. Job done. This bracket that Lon's made, I don't know if it was happy stance or if he actually came and sat here with a tape measure, but this bolt and this bolt missed the chassis leg by...
I did not.
You did not measure it?
No.
It misses the chassis leg by this much, on this side.
Dude, you're good. You don't do things for free.
Hey, this is free. And this side, it just worked out so nicely. It fits exactly in position. It was a real spot of luck that. We're putting the bracket in that Lon's manufactured. Pure luck, coincidence it turns out, that the bolt holes miss everything underneath, but only just, but very nicely fabricated. So it'll pass the screw, it conforms to the rule book, and I like it, works nicely.
We need to start looking at this dashboard and getting that dashboard in the car. So I actually want to start with drilling the holes for the gauges, trim wherever I need to fit the dashboard in, and then start making provisions on mounting it.
What I'm actually doing is I'm busy cutting the holes in over here so that we can actually do test fitments of the gauges. This might be a bit tight, so we're going to have to try just sand it out a little bit, because this is a 52 mil gauge, but these things are 51 mils. So there will be some sanding involved, but we also want it nice and tight so that the gauge doesn't just rattle out while we're driving. It's not like we're going to be having the world's fastest car, but we will be having the world's loudest rattle box. Yeah. And there you go. And once that's in, then we can maybe start seeing what needs to get trimmed on this dash to fit it. What do you think? Yeah, let's do that.
Happy with that?
Yeah. More holes, sir.
I'm hoping I don't lose fingers while I hole. Then Miggs is drilling with a hole saw, and don't really feel like losing any fingers on my left hand. since I do kind of need them for work. So if he doesn't cut through it, I am going to go and let go of the whole thing. And hopefully we can cut some holes, some straight. I'm just letting you know I will let go of it as soon as it goes through.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay.
You do you, boo.
Pilot hole for who? We don't need pilot holes. Just wing it. If he loses a finger, it's fine. He doesn't need it. He's got 9 others. It's fine. I was only aiming for the strong hand anyway.
You sure we not?
Yeah, we did go a bit skew on that one.
I might have drilled it a bit skew. I'm blaming Jason for that. Don't say anything. It was all him. I didn't tell him to put his fingers skew on the dashboard while I'm trying to drill. I was using it as a reference point.
Give me power.
So the Dremel finally made an appearance, and yes, I'm the one doing it. I'm the one using it. I might have used too much of it, but I used it anyway. It was my Dremel.
Oops. So we didn't realize that there was a little ridge on the inside over here, and we kept on trying to make this hole bigger because the cage wasn't going in. We didn't understand why, but now it goes in and now it's all loose.
So the plan was not to have a gauge flop out because we don't have a very high-powered car.
And guess what? Now we have a gauge flopping out. Our car just got more powerful. Okay, well, let's just check this one first.
So a little bit by little bit this time.
But that's what we did.
Basically, we are now cutting holes and trying to line up the gauges, but, well, let's just say something went a little bit wrong. And how do we say, we use the Dremel to straighten up some part of it, but let's just say we'll never see that the gauges are skewed thanks to the Dremel.
Like I said, I think I used a little bit too much of the Dremel.
How's the little thing go? That ain't going anywhere.
Okay, so should we rather have volts over fuel pressure?
Yeah, I reckon so. Just
There's volts on the dash.
Okay.
We can. It's an easy one to wire.
So I'm really happy with the way the battery box mount turned out. Yeah, it's always nice to see something that you've made make it into a project.
What are we going to sell that for?
Why not?
It's my space.
Oh, is it your space? Sorry,
okay, I'm just seeing now. Oil temperature is now staying there.
Oh, is that staying there? But we were supposed to put the hat on.
I can't get it out. So when I say it's staying there, it's it's like really staying there.
Well, now we are fitting gauges, and well, I've managed to put a gauge in, and now I can't get it out. So a little bit of forcefulness is probably going to be needed, but I should have thought of that before, because I managed to put it in, and well, it's now stuck.
Did you put it in too deep, maybe?
Oh,
No, it's fine, it won't break. I trust my workmanship.
do we trust the gauge?
No, of course I don't trust the gauge. Wait, hold on. There you go.
Fantastic.
Managed to find not new TCRs, but actual regulations, technical competition regulations.
Okay.
Technical construction regulations. And thankfully, they allow for rails to be fitted for lemons. So TCRs that are actually lemon specific, which means that we can put in adjustable, well, a rail so that we can adjust the seat. And things are looking promising. Managed to get a a rail system here, but I think mounting this is going to be challenging, is the word I will use. It's going to sit low. It's going to sit real low.
How much have we got here? Because you know that my head was...
Yeah. So it's lower than what the side brackets were.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, score. No, then make them fit. Your problem.
What a problem to have!
Yes.
Universal, I don't know which universe it actually fits in, but it never really fits. We're managing to find some holes that line up, but they're still going to need some opening and tweaking, and then figuring out how it works when there aren't instructions provided. That takes far too much time, actually, and I'm wasting a lot of time just trying to figure out the best way to fit these rails to the seat.
If it goes all the way there, we turn that
And that's why you don't use
down.
side cutter to cut net. It still cuts way nicely.
Well, gauge fitment is on point already. So now we just want to trim the edges of the dash to actually get it in by the roll cage, and we can actually see where else we need to start cutting and trimming. So do it like that. I actually do need my safety.
So the dashboard is actually fitting so nicely. I didn't actually think it would all come together this well. We've had to, trim a little bit here, we're trimming a little bit there still. But overall, it's going to look so good in there. It's just perfect.
And I know I'm supposed to be wearing a mask, so do as I say and not as I do. That actually fits.
It actually works quite well.
That actually fits nicely, yeah.
This is... I just need to get an earth down on the car so that I can start testing the live points. I'm just
Okay. Yeah, so that side.
mighty uncomfortable.
So I might need to get cut a little bit, but
It's like you're playing in a jungle gym.
Well, there's that, and the thing is I need to fart, and Jason's right on me.
That's why I'm doing it.
I've got a bit of gas. It's got to come out. And I'm about to let it go, and Jason crawls right up my butt with the dashboard. And now I've got to put it all back in again. I think I'm just going to let it go.
I'm making you try.
It's a mighty fine battery box.
So I'm assuming the roll cage should be.
So I've been trying to stealth mode the wiring so that nobody notices, because I know the second somebody realizes I'm actually paying attention to the wiring, I'm going to get it in the ear. Ah, look at that. It's the wiring. The wiring will get done. Okay, it'll get done. And it'll get done properly. Just give me a gap.
Still more. It doesn't feel like this one needs to get cut a hell of a lot more.
Yeah.
Quite a bit more.
On which side? Your side.
Yeah, so let's cut more on my side and cut a little bit more on your side.
Look at that.
Needs to move over onto your side. Really?
I've got like gap.
Hey?
I've got a gap. But it still doesn't want to come outside.
What sorcery is this?
Like just now it didn't fit and now it does.
Yeah. But it just doesn't want to go over that way. That's out of the way.
There it goes like that.
Is this? No,
I
but
don't
this
know.
is supposed to tuck.
Look good to me. You got duct tape. Just duct tape it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, done. That's good. Picasso. I like it.
What did you just do, mate?
Just let it happen. We're going to be duct taping this in place. Duct tape is lighter than screws.
Can you maybe don't duct tape it in? Then I can lift.
Don't tell me how to live my life, Raymond.
Then maybe I can get to it when I need to wire without removing duct tape.
Well, if it was bolted, it's going to take you a lot longer then. Like duct tape is easy. Just take a Stanley knife to it.
Just keep the guy in mind
Thank
that's
you.
going to take it on and off.
Thank you, Lawrence. I also thought it looks good, but you know,
No, I haven't looked at how good it
always
looks.
got to be grumpy,
I'm just
Nelly
complaining.
there in the background.
Just complaining, that's all.
Pretty much. A little bit more finesse and some sanding. I believe. Our dashboard with cluster, it's gonna look pretty sick. That actually does look quite legit. So a little bit of finesse work at the back, some sand down there, just to basically keep the shape of the dashboard. And we should basically have a working dash, ready to paint. The nice thing is everything is basically flush.
We are not going to mount the dash on 100% just yet, because obviously we've now lined this up now, but we need brackets. And I don't know, are we going to screw it onto the brackets, or are we just going to glue it and that, because once it's on, it's on.
I trust my wiring, but not enough that I never want to remove the dash again.
But can't you make sure that your wiring is done properly?
No, this is wiring. We've come in grumpy, nobody's in the mood to work on a weeknight late. And now the man wants to sit and have an argument with me about the dashboard. It's got to get in and out. Even the manufacturers made it come in and out. Glue, really glue. No, come on.
I'm pretty sure like manufacturers, when they put it in, they know that they don't have to take it back out.
Do you recall that the manufacturer made the top of the dashboard come off?
Yeah, but that's so that we could take it off to make a carbon one.
Well,
That's why they did
I'm
that.
just saying, maybe they thought it through.
Yeah, they did think it through. We need to make a carbon dash.
Yeah, so on the production line, what they do is they roll it in, and then the wiring gets bolted all the way where it needs to be, and then the next step is the dashboard gets bolted in.
I don't mind. Don't get angry if I need to break it out at some stage.
Right, you break it out, the mold's there. Right there. There's the mold. I will show you how to make a new one.
How about, hear me out, just different thought altogether.
Okay.
Put some weather strip down where they meet, and a couple of cable ties. Tuk, 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 tuk.
Huh?
Cable ties. We're just going to cable tie it on. Really? No. We're gluing that shit on and it's staying on. Do your wiring properly. Fix that shit.
It'll look quite nice, number one. Number two, it's removable and it won't rattle.
Bro, it's gonna rattle if there's cable ties holding it.
Like the first bump, it's going to do this.
On weather, no,
Cover.
that's what I'm asking, on weather strip. So weather
No
strip
Nintendo.
weather strip in the front, where it meets whatever it meets in the front.
Yeah?
Weather strip on the back here, where it meets whatever it meets on the back.
Yeah?
And a few tie straps to hold it in position. Squeeze it into the weather strips.
No, but it's gonna look cack.
Why would it look like? You wanted to glue it just minutes ago.
Yeah, but gluing from the back, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, you're gonna see that.
Okay, let's leave it loose.
Yeah?
We don't have to have this.
It doesn't have to go in there now.
Exactly. We've got lots of time to think about it. I like it there. It looks nice and everything. I just know that at some stage I'm probably going to want to get in the back of it.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. Your other brothers can't deny.
Yeah, no, as long as it's somewhat accessible. But I just don't want to. I don't want to ruin your nice work because I have a loose wire.
Then just don't have a loose wire.
Dash is going to be looking hundreds. Listening to Ray in his terms of we are going to be cable tying it into place. Yeah, that's not going to happen. We're gluing it down.
Thanks, buddy.
Lekker. One is glad to be of service to make your hole wider. I'm not wrong.
No comment. No comment. This isn't prison. Sometimes it feels like.
Oh, 7 days in prison kind of makes your whole week.
So, as is blatantly obvious, the guys that are going to be driving the car are all different sizes, so we've had to rethink solid mounting the seat with side brackets and have had to re-engineer a set of sliders so that the seat can move just that 2 or 3 inches to allow everybody to reach the pedals. Not an easy task because, there were never really made seat rails for a 40-year-old car.
Seat rail, I like it. Now all the other short shits can reach the pedals too.
Let's take a look here.
Same thing.
Okay, so this
One
is what's-
globe is out.
So we've got a globe that's out, but hold on a second. If I can, just give me 2 seconds. Swap this one with this one, because we know that globe works.
No, but you got a single contact globe in there now.
It doesn't matter.
Kind of does. But give me that double contact. I'll see if it works good. Well, swap that with the other double contact. Then you'll know if it's a globe or wire. It's just going to be a bit warm now.
No, this is a single contact.
If it's a single contact, then it's tail lights. No, it
Okay,
could
so
be
you'll
both.
have, obviously you'll have,
But hold on, because there's another mess here. That's dim, right?
okay,
That's a tail light.
That's your tail light, okay?
That's brake light.
That's brake light,
Okay,
yes.
so these are definitely brake lights. We got one out. That's a tail light. Okay, so this is brake lights, but I need to.
Okay, no. Put your tail light on now, okay?
No, but that's only one tail light. I haven't gotten through the other wires yet.
Wiring. Okay. He's got a lot of work to do. And trying to help? Maybe not. It's going to be quite a good laugh when everything goes in together and doesn't work. I think I'm going to have a good laugh with it.
Let's get ready to grab.
That's not a very good one.
Going to be playing the game of.
That's indicated. Yeah, that's indicated.
Can I pull this one a little forward there?
You're getting something, right?
Yeah.
There just seems to be something behind it. There we go.
Oh, you know what it might be is park lights. They've got the park lights and the tail lights mixed up.
Can it be done? No, because I've just moved it.
So yellow, red, and yellow and green goes to the...
Thankfully, the TCRs, the regulations for the Lemons, allow us to run a rail. So Raymond at his 6 foot plus and the rest of us being built like penguins, well, we can put a rail on there and we can move the seat backwards and forwards. But getting this universal rail lined up and working is proving a little trickier than what I'd actually imagined.
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't graceful at all. It's 2 guys. two guys, 1 chair. It's like a terrible.
I don't know if I'd watch it. I'm just going to be very honest now.
Clearly, we go to different parts of the internet.
Yeah. And why is it going down and doesn't go up?
It's twisted.
No, but
Yeah, we're going to have to push down because otherwise we don't have enough clearance with the seat.
okay,
But it's serve the same purpose, hopefully.
okay.
I'll take this thing out and then move them manually. Okay, put it back.
It's this one. It's the blue and white one. Yes?
Okay, hold a sec, just pull Ray's wires out of the way there, please.
We managed to get some work done, but not all the work done. I need new hardware for that quick release, wrong diameter bolts there, and then the seat is only partially in before, well, we ran out of time. So it looks like I may be making another visit on a Saturday, somewhere along the line. Gonna have to bug Megs for the keys to the shop again.